Welcome to Noel's Barber, where we try to save money however we can. This is looking good. It's looking really good. Now we have our morning latte. Such an amazing morning, so beautiful. Yesterday we had an epic day. We surfed in the morning. Oh, there's an egg yolk jelly. Where'd it go? We surfed in the morning and came back, had some oatmeal, then went spearfishing, and Grant saw one halibut but spooked it, so we couldn't get it. That's so awesome. Oh, there's a couple.
Grant took off for a rock climbing trip in Yosemite with some other firefighters, so it was just me and the dogs the remainder of the week. Instead of lounging around the whole time with the pups, I decided to adhere my own advice, which is this: we don't need to cross-train on everything. Which was merely my excuse for never really wanting to learn to change my own oil on my car. But now I'm swallowing my pride and taking my own advice. It's time I start learning the basics of boat maintenance. And this week, it started out with finishing up the scrubbing of the hull, and then servicing the winches, something that Grant had never done. And that was completely new to me. To be honest, I hardly knew what a winch was before we bought this sailboat. So when Grant asked me to service the winches, I hesitated a bit. And then I referenced YouTube Academy and I got to researching. Even the spring needle rollers on the inside right there have just chunks of grease. You can see that right there. And that shouldn't be sticking to the drum, although it does when you're disassembling it. And it actually should be here. This is so gnarly. Oh my gosh, just so much grease and I don't even know what. So we are gonna clean this. And then pull it out. Don't lose that or else you're screwed. These are like 10 bucks each apparently. I haven't really checked, but I've heard they're very expensive. And I'm gonna degrease all this, so I don't really mind that I'm getting some grease on it right now. And I wish I had another glove, but I couldn't find one, so here we go. Okay, so it's been 40 minutes of me degreasing all the parts of this winch. And it's still like, there is some visible grease. I might need to even like pop out the needle rollers because, well, these aren't so bad, but there are like chunks of grease in here. So I'm gonna keep going at it and try to remove all this grease and then dry it off. And then put a thin coat of
of grease on everything except for the like springs and the things that go in between the gears. I'm learning all this right now. My husband's gonna kill me if I can't reassemble this. I took my sweet time servicing these winches, mostly just disassembling it and cleaning it. I was kind of nervous. This is my first time even working with winches, and I really didn't want to lose any parts. I decided to come out here and walk the dogs. It's a really pretty evening. Look at the moonrise, by the way. So cool. Yeah, I miss Grant. He's gonna be back tomorrow. I still really hope to have a winch service by then, but yeah, we'll see.
That's what I got. Oh God, it's too small.
No frogging way. No frogging way. Okay. So I had it right.
I was ecstatic that I finished servicing the winches. Grant came home from Yosemite just in time to see some of the finished service winches. So many times I find myself asking Grant for help with projects because he's right there. But I realized pretty quickly in this journey that if we're going to be sailors cruising, we need to be able to take on all sorts of tasks, and most of all, be resourceful. Sure, there will be things he's better at than me, and inversely, I with him. Already, I'm much better at crawling in the engine room than he is, and he can climb the mast a lot quicker than me. But I'm really proud of myself for completing something that I had zero knowledge about before this week. I've always said we don't need a cross-train on everything, but I do think it's important to know some of the basics. And servicing the boat was just the start.